I've seen it at GM's Lordstown plant in Ohio, where workers got their jobs back to build the Chevy Cobalt. At GM's Hamtramck plant in Detroit, where I got to get inside a brand new Chevy Volt fresh off the line. And 5 years from now, when I'm not president anymore, I'll buy one and drive it myself.
Well, that was President Obama less than a week ago, and now, just days after that speech, General Motors put the brakes on the production of the Chevy Volt that he was talking about, and they temporarily laid off 1,300 workers at that Hamtramck plant. So what does the failure of the Chevy Volt for the moment say about the president's green energy agenda? Here to give us his take is Pennsylvania Congressman Mike Kelly. Good morning, Congressman.
Good morning, Allison. How are you?
Hey, I'm well. So is the suspension of production of the Volt a problem with green energy, or is it with the Volt in particular?
No, I think, listen, the Volt is a magnificent piece of technology. It's just science way ahead of the market. And again, I think this shows a president who's got these green pipe dreams, and it shouldn't surprise us. He's in the chief executive position without any kind of experience ahead of time. We're looking for a turnaround guy in this country. We need to get people who've actually done it, turn things around. I think the president's does a great job in the classroom, and this nation has really experienced the most expensive sabbatical we've ever seen. Now, he says he wants to see that in 5 years he'll buy a Volt, and I listened to a lot of what he had to say. I think he's got an idea that is so far out in front of what the actual market is that it just isn't working.
Okay, but hold on a second, because two of the top-selling cars in this country right now are the Ford Fusion and the Toyota Prius. Also sort of future, new age cars that are hybrids or electric cars. So how do you explain their success and not the Volts?
Well, I think you talk about hybrids versus electric cars. You talk about cars that are highly subsidized with taxpayer money. These are hardworking American tax dollars, keep in mind, that are going to these cars. There's a lot of gaming being done in California. You get to go in the high occupancy lane. If you buy one of these cars, you move into a shopping center. It's either for electric cars only or hybrid cars only. So it's being gamed a lot way. The real market, though, the people that I serve, these are not cars that they're going to buy in great numbers. They're very small incremental changes. So while we look to the future, we say, yeah, fine, we can look to developing electric cars and hybrid cars, but really, in a country that's so blessed with coal, oil, and gas, shouldn't we be looking at developing a really aggressive energy strategy that could put millions of people back to work? Now, we've seen what's happened to the gas prices. It's $1.89 when the president comes into office. Right now, in my home up in Butler, paid $3.69 today, right after Mass.
Yeah,
so
but Congressman, doesn't that speak to why the Volt and the Prius and all these other things should be popular? They get something like 90 miles to the gallon. So, again, isn't the future now to start looking at some of these green alternative technologies?
The future is now, and in this country, it's an aggressive strategy, a policy that would put millions of people back to work right now with what we have right now, right under our surface, over 200-year supply of coal. When you see coal factory or mines shutting down, when you see power plants shutting down, when you see refineries shutting down, when you see a president who talks about wanting to do all these things, but yet the offshore moratorium, we tried to reverse that. We tried to restart the offshore drilling. We tried to restart the Gulf, and they're blocking all these things. So listen, whenever the administration says we have to get gas prices up to where they are in Europe, $6.50, $7 a gallon, they are trying to force a market that's not there. Why not use what's right here? God's given it to us. We can take advantage of it right now today. These are great opportunities for America to restart its economy. The rising gas prices, and you and I both know this, it is going to affect a very fragile recovery. I've got friends right now that are cutting back on other things because their energy costs are soaring. This is the plan of this administration. Again, these are green pipe dreams. This is not the reality of what has to take place right now in our country today. We've got the greatest country in the world, and we're holding ourselves back.
And many say it is only going to get worse as we get into the spring and summer. Congressman Mike Kelly, Republican from Pennsylvania, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me on, Allison. I appreciate it.
All right, Cardinal Timothy Dolan is